Hi, did you know, do you know about the 80/20 rule or what that is? It's the rule that says that 20% of any effort produces 80% of your results. And now when we apply that to business, you're going to find that 80% of your profits actually come from about 20% of your customers. And there's a lot of factors that go into that, other than just uh, dollars in sales and things like that that are generated by the customer. There's a lot that go into figuring out who your top customers are or who your most profitable customers are. In other words, two customers could pay you the same amount in amount as in sales, but one could be twice as profitable as the other. Okay, one could be a promoter of your business, and the other one could be a detractor. So today I'm going to talk about why you need to define your ideal customer and your niche, or niche, if some people say it. So my name is Jacob Curtis. I'm a profit strategist for quilt shops. I'm the founder of Curtis Counting Solutions and the co-owner of Utah Valley Quilting, and a certified Profit First professional and certified pumpkin plan strategist. We're going to talk about some of those strategies today. So sometimes business owners hesitate to narrow their focus on a specific group of customers or market niche. Okay, they worry that they're going to be limiting their potential by excluding possible customers. And this hesitation is very, very normal. And I've seen it 100 times. Okay, but what we've discovered, or what has been discovered by Mike Michalowicz and the team and his research, is that over the past decade, the opposite is actually true. Okay, we know that when we can be specific and deliberate about who we do business with, our marketing becomes more efficient, more effective, making it feel like our products are selling themselves, and our business just runs more efficiently. Okay, our products and services are in high demand, and our business is even more profitable. The more narrow and specific your focus, the easier it is to attract not just any customer, but your most profitable, loyal, high-value customers. So going back to the 80/20 rule, which says that 20% of any effort produces 80% of your results, when you apply that to your quilt shop and your business, you're going to find that 80% of your profits come from about 20% of your customers. And not maybe not specifically 20% of individual customers, but 20% of of a general customer category. And there are a number of factors outside of sales that go into figuring out what makes up your top customer or who's your most profitable customer. And so one of those things we're going to do is look at, well, what's the difference between a profitable customer and a detractor, or a promoter and a detractor. And so the concept behind the pumpkin plan strategy is that you want to define your top customers, your top 20%, that group, your giant pumpkins, so that you can attract more of them and more people like them to your business, and get rid of and not attract any of your worst customers or your rotten pumpkins. So for this next little section I'm going to talk about, I recommend using a spreadsheet to help you generate a grade use a spreadsheet that will help you generate a grade for each customer. Or you can join Money Made Simple to get your customized version of quilt shops of the spreadsheet that automatically calculates the overall grade for each of your clients or each of your customers that come out. So to start, what we want to do is we want to start by listing our top 20 customers by name. Now, this is where we get specific. Look in your records for the past year, and most point of sale systems have a way that you can export a list of your biggest, top, most revenue generating clients. When we want to list those top 20 over the last year, and write down their names and how much they actually spent and purchased from you. And now for the next 5 questions, we're going to rank them from a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being bad and 5 being great. And the first thing we're gonna question and ask about for each customer is on the cringe factor. Okay, this is about how much you like or don't like having them as a customer. When that phone rings or they walk in through the door, are you doing a happy dance inside, or are you running away screaming? How much do you like helping and serving that person versus not? And initially, you're right, you may not know if they're a brand new customer where they fall on that scale, but your repeating customers, you'll know exactly where they're at. This is especially important for everybody that you're dealing with in person. If they're coming into your store, this is most important. You want to know who to interact with, and what type of person you want to interact with. Because a difficult customer will zap away the energy that you need to help a customer that you actually want to work with. Okay, zaps away all that energy and limits your kind of ability or capacity to do your best work with your best customers. And so the factor we're gonna grade upon that the next one we're gonna talk about is the question we're gonna ask is, do they buy from you consistently? Are they a repeat customer? One would be no, they've bought from you very, very little, or they don't repeat, they don't come into the store, they don't place orders frequently. Or 5, they do just the opposite. They're in every month, every week, they're there with their loyalty card, they're buying from you. And that's the next grading factor is are they buying from you consistently? The next one is the next factor is the review or referral factor. Do they tell their friends about you and their guild, for example? Do they tell them where they got about your store, about your shop? If they're leaving reviews online, are they 5-star reviews? Are they good, and do they promote your business? 1 would be no, they don't do any of that. And a 5 would be yes, they do that consistently and all the time, and which is good for you. Another factor to consider, the next one is whether they share your immutable laws or not. More than likely, you'll be able to get this just from your limited interaction with them. If they're working on the same projects as you, if they especially those that are local, that come into the store, you'll know that immediately. For online orders, this might be more difficult to come across and understand, because you don't really interact with them at all. So with those that do come across, that you do come in contact with, you can initially get a good or bad feeling about that. For example, if you have an immutable law for your business around communicating with kindness and respect, and you have a customer who comes in and is rude and doesn't treat you or your staff with respect, that customer would get a 1 or 2 as their immutable law grade, right? Whereas the opposite, a customer comes in, is very friendly and nice and courteous, and would get a 5. And then the last factor, the 5th one to consider, is how much of yours and your staff's time did it take to serve that customer, to fulfill the order, for whatever reason. Did it take a long time to figure out what they were looking for, what they're needing? How much time did it take? If it took you a lot of time to get, then they're probably going to be a 1 or a 2, depending on other factors. But if they took a lot of your time or a lot of your staff's time to complete that order, put them down as a 1. If they took very little time or no time, and they still bought something, obviously, then they're going to be a 5. So now the next step is to give them an average grade across those 5 factors. Add up to 5, do an average. Averaging those out are going to give you kind of an overall view of that customer. In my experience, when we look at these results now that we have these average grades for your top or your highest revenue generating customers, when we look at these, the results are either going to be very surprising to you, or they're not going to be surprising at all. Okay, in both cases, it's super helpful because now you know exactly who it is that you're looking for. Now that you have this list of customers with their grades and how much they spend, now what we want to try and do is identify key characteristics and qualities of your top customers. Okay, go ahead and look at the top 5, the ones that have the 5 highest grades. Look just right next to them in another column, right there, their top qualities, their characteristics, their demographics, their habits. Maybe this might be some of those that it will probably take a little bit of time for those repeats to come in. Talk with them a little bit, take the time to get to know them, who they are, if you know that if you've identified them as one of your top clients. Because we want to drill down and get even more specific with your top clients. We want to look at what they have in common, from maybe that's their physical location to your store, or maybe it's the products they purchased, or both of those things. We want to find the commonalities between your top 5 customers that we've ranked out here. Now that we've got that final list, you've kind of got some generics around them. What we want to do now is create an ideal customer avatar, write a description. Okay, we're going to give this avatar a name. You can name them anything you want, but give them a name. Describe them in as much detail as you possibly can, using what we just did, that activity, as your guide, that top customer assessment as your guide to do that. Include their wants and their needs, demographic information, psychographic information, their habits, their attitudes, immutable laws, as much detail as you can possibly find. This will help you niche down and figure out who you really should be targeting. You now have a detailed description of your ideal customer, who you want to cater to. And that's exactly what you're going to do. You can now cater all of your marketing efforts towards your top client, towards your top customer, towards your most profitable customer. Your marketing is going to become more efficient and effective. So your marketing costs will go down in relation to the number of sales it brings in, so that return will be increasing. It'll make it feel like your products and services are just selling themselves, because now you're targeting, exactly who you're going after, what they like, what they want, and you can target your marketing messaging to them specifically, which makes your marketing efforts so much easier. Your business runs more efficiently because you're going to narrow your products down and your services down to what they want, which is going to cause there to be a higher demand for them. They know that you are going to be the specialist in that area, and your business in general is going to be more profitable, because the more you do something that your customers want, the more they demand it, the more you do it, the more efficient you become at it. You'll be able to improve your processes and systems. You can find more helpful tips like this on our blog and at curtisaccountingsolutions.com, on our Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube channel. Just search for Curtis Accounting Solutions. You'll be able to find us on all of those platforms. Better yet, join Money Made Simple Academy for quilt shops to get those tools, the how-to guides, and probably the most beneficial thing is the live monthly coaching sessions that we do to move your business forward, to move you towards financial peace and financial freedom. Again, the more narrow and specific your focus can be on your top ideal client, the easier it is to attract not just any customer, but your most profitable, loyal, high-value customers. Again, go to curtisaccountingsolutions.com/MMSA to join Money Made Simple Academy to get the help you need to grow your business, your quilt shop, and become financially free and have that financial peace in your life. Thanks, and have a great day.